What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Still Knicks fans. This is just a quick update. There's breaking news, or is it breaking news? Situation is what it is. I like to call it Knicks for clicks because nothing's official. It's always something revolving around our New York Knicks organization. This franchise is always at the hotbed of every story. And now there's a new story. Apparently, according to Shams of The Athletic, the talks with Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets have come to an impasse. I guess that's the word, and that basically means it's not moving anywhere. It's at a stalemate, basically. So because of that, it's a likelihood that, Kyrie Irving may be on the move. And Shams has mentioned that there are teams that may be interested in Kyrie Irving's services. He mentioned the Los Angeles Lakers, the LA Clippers, and of course our New York Knicks. So, when you think about it, the New York Knicks definitely would be a good place for Kyrie Irving to play. I mean, they've been, clamoring for a skilled point guard for quite some time. At least it looks that way because we as fans, we've always wondered why haven't they gone out and got themselves a high-level point guard. It seems like they haven't prioritized that, and so we're at this point now where we're devoid of that type of talent from point guard. And the players that we have now are still young. McBride is young, Quickly is still learning, and as good as they may become one day, there's only one Kyrie Irving. He's a special player for a reason. And so it's tough. It's tough to say, what is going to happen with that whole situation. Kyrie Irving has definitely shown over the years that he is box office. Looking at his stats, you could see the man is averaging 23 points a game for his career. 23 points a game, 5.7 assists, almost 4 rebounds, a little over a steal, and this is for his career. And then not to mention his shooting. This guy's shooting 39% from 3 for his career, and that's a career spanning 13 years right there. Am I reading that wrong? Maybe it's 11 years. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 years. Sorry. 11-year career, shooting 40% from 3, 47% from the field, and 88% from the free throw line. You'd have to be out of your mind not to understand the value and the star level qualities of a guy like Kyrie Irving. He's a superstar athlete, superstar player. Not good on the defensive end, but as far as what he brings to a team on the offensive end, it's undeniable. Kyrie Irving is a bona fide superstar, and he's also an NBA champion. And we saw how he was part of one of the biggest comebacks in NBA history with the Cleveland Cavaliers when they won that championship, thanks to, some people say in part, mostly to Kyrie Irving. Even though LeBron kind of helped that team get through the regular season and into the playoffs, what Kyrie did in that NBA Finals series was incredible. And you gotta appreciate a guy who can do this type of action, these type of numbers on a consistent basis. Say what you will about him, all the other stuff that has transpired with the health and safety protocols, his stance on certain things, maybe some of the things that have happened that have been in the tabloids about his personal life. There's a lot of stuff that's gone on with Kyrie Irving that is drawn a little bit of the eye around the league and with fans, but still, when it comes to how he plays basketball on the basketball court, his skill set and what he can do is undeniable. And the Knicks would be crazy not to want to get some type of talent like that and add it to this roster, right? So my whole thing is, when you look at what Kyrie can do, yes, of course. The skill set is incredible. The dribbling is incredible. The way he can break down his opponent. You can't stop him. This is young Kyrie right here, but Kyrie still has these type of skills Even last year with the Brooklyn Nets, you saw him doing stuff like this. Like, oh, whoa, watch this. Steph, you okay? Yeah, okay, Steph's a champion. He's all right, guys. Yeah, like the stuff that you see Kyrie do. Ooh, getting the pass. That's what I'm talking about. Like, these are the type of things that you see Kyrie can do on a day in, day out basis. He's just that talented. And I think, you know, for an NBA team not to want Kyrie Irving on their team, you got to be crazy. The only issues are, you know, price tag and fit, you know, because he is a superstar player. So there's some caveat that comes with that. He's going to want demands. He's got different things that you know, he's going to request because he's earned that. And he's an NBA champion too. Let's not forget that, guys. Superstar players, NBA champions, they have a cachet. They built it up. They can request things, and an organization, in order to make these type of guys happy, you have to acquiesce. You have to do certain things to make them happy and keep them happy. You know, with Kyrie, he's looking for an extension, possibly 4 years, and you know it's 30+ million per year because, I mean, he is a superstar player. That's a lot of bread that the Knicks are going to have to come up with. How do they pull that off? How do they make it work so that they can even have a chance to get a Kyrie Irving? It's one thing to trade him, but you got to do a situation where you got to trade, and then you're going to have to sign him to that extension to keep him here. That's all got to happen around the same time. And then what do you give the Brooklyn Nets in order to get him? The Brooklyn Nets ain't just going to give him away. They're going to ask for something, and you're going to have to come up with something tantalizing for them. Now, granted, the Knicks still do have some assets, and what's fortunate for Brooklyn is that they've got a guy in Kevin Durant that you can build around if he's comfortable with that. I don't know. I think Kevin Durant is at this point in his career where he wants to go championship or bust. So I really don't know what they would do there. You know, I think if anything, I think the Nets would want win now type of players, and then maybe some assets, but assets to possibly use to gather more win now type of players. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you would do in that situation. You might have to give up a Julius Randle or you know, and some picks and stuff, a Burks, someone that they could throw in and plug in right away to kind of help round out their team. And then you have to throw in some picks. Hopefully those picks, you know, the Nets are able to use those picks to move up in the draft and acquire a nice piece of talent that they could use right away, or use those picks to trade for someone else that they can bring in, a well-skilled NBA player that can play day one, plug him right in, go. So those are all the type of things you have to think about if you're the New York Knicks organization, and if you want to try to bring in a guy like Kyrie Irving. My takes on Kyrie Irving personally, I don't like Kyrie Irving. I've said it multiple times, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it now just because it looks like he might be available. I don't like him. I don't think the Knicks should go after him because I'm a prideful person when it comes to certain things. Yeah, and pride and business probably don't mix. Okay, that's why I'm not running the Knicks. You know, because I want people with integrity. I want people who want to wear the blue and orange. Like, I want people that you don't have to bleed blue and orange, but I want you to wear the blue and orange with pride and want to be here. And Kyrie Irving has never shown that he's actually really wanted to be here. He used the Knicks as well as all superstars do in their free agency campaigns. They throw the Knicks out there. Yeah, I'd love to go to the Knicks, the biggest market in sports, blah, 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 blah. Then come to find out, not only did he not really want to come to the Knicks, but in essence, he got it to the point where Kevin Durant was going to follow him because they're friends. And Kyrie was never going to the Knicks, so he said, I'm going to Brooklyn. So Kevin Durant followed him. And then when you asked Kevin Durant if he was coming to the Knicks, he said, no, I was never coming to the Knicks. I never said I was coming to the Knicks. And this is after tons of rumors and tons of, I'm 95% sure, 96% sure by Stephen A. Smith that Durant was coming to the Knicks. Rick Bushler. I can't remember his name. It's something like that. Rick something. You guys know him from ESPN. I think he's got like a little puffy red hairish, whatever. It's Rick something. He said, I'm 100% sure that Durant is coming to the Knicks. That's a tough thing to say. And in the end, guess what? Durant never came here. Kyrie never came here. And then when you asked them about it, they were never coming here. They basically laughed at the Knicks with even the thought of coming to New York. It was only for Brooklyn. Do I want that guy or either of those two guys on my team? No, that's me. But as a Knicks fan, I understand the rest of the Knicks fans out there will love to have that type of talent. You've been starving for that type of talent. So if that's what you want, and if this Knicks organization goes out there and gets one of these guys, then, I'm a Knicks fan. I got to rock with what the Knicks do. I got to be happy for what the Knicks do, even if I'm not happy with some of their choices. That's what a real fan does. They put their feelings aside and they go with the fact that what's best for the team. If this is what the team feels is best, and the Knicks start putting a winning product out there, and Kyrie is a part of that, and maybe he's able to bring other star players here, and fans get what they want. They get the Knicks to be a playoff contender for a couple years to come, and maybe even have a shot at making it deep in the playoffs. Who am I to argue with that? Knicks fans have been starving for this for years, and you guys, as a fellow Knicks fan, I know you deserve some happiness. So I just personally, I wouldn't do it, but that's for my own feelings. I feel like the Knicks get used for this trade bait and to drive up prices for all free agents, and in the end, none of these guys really want to come here. Like, there's not too many people that really, truly in their hearts want to be Nick. And when we do get a guy like that, like Julius Randle, we fail to appreciate some of that. Now, don't get me wrong, Julius has done enough stuff that, I wouldn't mind seeing him go either, unless he changes and turns things around. But from what he's done, I'm not in love with that stuff. But I do respect the fact that he wanted to come here, and he took less to be here. So we got to give Julius Randle props for that. So in the end, guys, listen, if the rumors are true and it comes to a situation where the Knicks actually do make a move to bring in Kyrie, I won't be happy about it, but I will rock with the Knicks because I'm a Knicks fan, and I hope that if that does happen, he turns out to be what everybody hopes he would be for the Knicks. That's pretty much it, man. You guys take it easy, have a great rest of your day, and hopefully, whatever is the best case scenario for our New York Knicks happens in the end, and we get the best out of every situation that we're involved in. I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next one.